Let's talk about small balloons, how to use them, and what to do if you don't got them. Using too many 5-inch balloons to detail and accent your balloon garland can completely overpower it and really detract from its overall beauty. I know I've been guilty of this a ton in my career. I used to use 5-inch balloons almost exclusively in quads of 4 or little clusters of 6 or larger ones of 8. And a lot of times it was just too much for the design. It overpowered it. Whereas lately I've been doing a lot more of the softer, gentler touch when accenting with those small balloons. And I feel like the end result is just so much prettier. So I want to share some of those techniques with you guys today. This is one that has been highly requested, so I hope you find it helpful. I'm also going to show you how to make small balloons out of 7, 9, 11-inch balloons if you don't have any 5 inches, because I don't have any in rosewood, this middle color, so I'm going to show you what to do about that. So the first thing I'm going to do is inflate my 5-inch balloons, probably about 10, maybe 15 max in each of these 3 colors. It is a lot less small balloons than I used to use. Let's jump right into that. First of all, let's make sure these little tips, these little nozzles are tied onto your dual nozzle pump so that it is ready to go for your 5 inchers. Okay, and I'm going to start by inflating 2 at a time, just like this. Now, just like with large balloons, we want them to be slightly uneven in size. We want them to be round and bubbly, okay? Something like that. There we go, a little more difference. And then tie them together in a pair. Okay, just like that. And that's actually what I'm going to use for a majority of this detail work. I'm also going to inflate some single balloons on their own. And don't forget to do them in different sizes. One thing you want to be careful of, certain colors, certain brands have this little color spot more visible than others. This particular blush, if I don't inflate it enough, it does have that little discoloration, which I don't like. So here's what I do about that, is I grip the balloon like in my hand and kind of close it off there between my 2 fingers to, one, make it like this is all the neck basically, and only allow air into this top part so it inflates the top section and not the bottom. So here, slide it on the nozzle just like that. I'm going to keep those 2 fingers gripping at the top to control the airflow, just like this. Now the balloon is still small, but what's been inflated is the top portion of the balloon rather than the bottom. And then I tie it off nice and tight there, and I have this very long neck. Now on this particular balloon, you are still gonna have something of a spot, but it's smaller than it would have been had I underinflated it the normal way. But when I'm trying to make something smaller than 5 inches out of a 5-inch balloon, that is what I do. Now that was actually a great segue into how to make small balloons out of regular ones. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna take this balloon in the palm of my hand, grip it like that, leave just the top portion out, and then all of this is gonna go over the nozzle, and I'm gonna control the airflow. So just this top portion inflates. So again, we're directing the air straight up to the top, and this part will blow up, and as soon as it's 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, whatever I want to see out of this balloon, then I will stop inflating, pinch it tightly, and tie it off up top. Just like that, fingers over the nozzle, and go. Okay, so I'm going to twist it there to help me tie this without letting the air out. And tied. So as well, we have a very long neck, and we have a fake 5-inch, guys. I know if there are any guys watching, they're probably more interested in how to turn 5 inches into 11 than 11 into 5, but I'm sorry, that's the only trick I got. Now, if you want to do 2 at a time, same thing, put them in your hands, go ahead and grip and just leave that top part out and control that airflow with your thumb and your forefinger, because if this whole body inflates, you're not going to get a normal looking, small balloon out of that. It's just going to look like an 11-incher or a small 11-incher. So this is the secret to making it look like an actual 5-inch balloon. Okay, one on one nozzle, one on the other. Woo. There we go. Very long necks with this. There we are. Okay. Go forth, my friends. Make little balloons out of big ones. And of course, if you've been watching me for any amount of time, you know that I love to stay organized while I work. And one of my favorite hacks is to take a little pop-up hamper and put all of my little guys in there while I'm inflating so that they are ready to go for me when it's time to detail. Now, if you want, you can do an occasional trio as well. That still looks pretty natural. Where you take a duplet and a single and just go ahead and tie those next together. I kind of twisted in a couple times just to feel like it's not going to come undone. But there you go. That's also going to look quite cute. It's detail time. So listen, we're not just gonna be shoving these in whatever holes are there. Yes, you wanna cover up any like 260s that are peeking through, if you can still see balloon necks that are tied, you do want to cover those up. But I'll be honest, with this method that we just did, there's a very little of that. And if you missed the first or second videos, the first one was where I made this super fast, super simple balloon garland. And in the second video of this series, we added in all of these large balloons as well strategically to enhance the design without overpowering it. So there's very little showing through at this point. Like, this is a complete garland already. But hi, I'm Rachel, I'm extra, just like you, that's why you're watching this. And I'm gonna go ahead and add these in anyway. So I'm not necessarily just looking for open holes, I'm looking for what is going to enhance this design, what's gonna make it even prettier, what's gonna look better. And I use what has got to be the easiest method in the world for detailing. God bless whoever invented it. You take an end of a 160 or 260 and you tie it into this little pair. And then I take the other end and tie it onto another pair or even a little single. Just like that. Now if you have extra kind of like hanging off the end there, it's totally fine to clip it. You don't want anything peeking through. In a perfect world, my 260 or 160 would match the color of the garland I'm working with, but my choices were white or pink. I went white. That will definitely show through. So I'm gonna have to be strategic in how I place this and make sure it's not visible. But all I'm gonna do, you guys, is pick a spot to showcase this, okay? And wrap that 160 behind some balloons. And there you go. Can you see how easy that was? Yes, look how cute that is now. So you've got kind of like 3 little guys in a row there. And doing this method instead of the 4s or 6s or 8s, they look daintier, they look slighter, and they usually sit single file, which I think looks really nice. Now I'm gonna take my little trio. Now you don't have to put something on the second end. If you just want to add like one more piece, obviously you can just wind this in and you're good to go. So let's put this, I think I'm gonna go right there. I think that'll be cute. But I do want something on the other end, and I'm gonna switch to rosewood because it's spanning 2 sections. Another great thing about this method, I really just think this is so simple and so like, yeah. And I wear this apron not only because it holds my 160s, my 260s, my scissors, all the other little things I use, but my trash goes right into a pocket. Any trash I create on the job, done. It's perfect. And look at these little details now, bringing this to life. I've got this little trio here, I got the little duplet here. So all of these here, when I've got the 5-inch, the 11-inch, the 17-inch, 24, 36, it's like going from 3-part harmony to 4-part to 5-part. It's just more round, full, complete, and it just looks that much fuller. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some more. You guys, adding in these 5-inch balloons when we already had the 11s, the 17s, the 24s, the 36s, going from that 4 to 5 parts, it's like the difference between 98 degrees and NSYNC. No shade, but I am a diehard NSYNC fan, and that 5-part harmony is what made them so special and so unique. 90 degrees were great in their own regard, but they were 4 parts. That 5th part just makes it and that's how I feel about using all these sizes in a creation. It can't be beat. See, that's just so cute. And guys, I don't know, maybe there's something else. You might be able to see 1 or 2 more holes on camera, but I think that looks great as is, and I don't want to overdo it. I'm not trying to shove this spool and use all the 5 inches I bought. I'm just trying to add exactly how many it needs and not one more. Look at these little babies. So cute. Okay, one last tip is I try to keep my 5-inch balloons on the inside of the design, like in the center of the design. When they're on the edge, they have a tendency to sit on top of one of the outside balloons and just look like, almost like a wart. No offense to my past self or anyone else out there, but they just kind of tend to sit on top of it rather than blend in and be a part of it. So I really try to keep them inside these lines here. There you go. Like that. So now with these 11s that I made into small balloons, guys, I think these necks are too long. I think these necks are too long and gonna stick out. So I am cutting those off now that it's tied securely so that hopefully you don't see them at all. Ta-da! And that, you guys, is a detailed but not overdone balloon garland using this onesie-twosie method that keeps it dainty and soft while filling it out and completing the look. Thank you so much for watching. If there's anything else you'd like to see from me in a future video, let me know in the comments below. I do love hearing from you guys, and I always try to get back to you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.